This is chapter 3 of Addy's Surprise. Freedom Ain't Free. At church the next morning, Mama and Addy sat side by side in the women's section. Addy looked across the aisle where all the men sat and imagined that someday her papa would be sitting over there, smiling and giving her a wink that said, "You my favorite girl." When the deep notes of the organ sounded, everyone stood to sing. The first song was one of Addy's favorites. Auntie Lula had taught it to her back on the plantation. Now Addy sang out with others in joy. "This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine." I apologize. I am not meant to be a singer. After long prayer, Reverend Drake began his sermon. I want to begin this morning by reading from the book of Luke. Turn to chapter 2, verses 6 and 7. Mama took a Bible from the rack on the pew in front of them. Addy helped her find the passage. Reverend Drake said, "This passage I'm about to read to you is about Mary and Joseph." Addy and Mama and the other members followed along as Reverend Drake read. "And she brought forth her firstborn son and wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn." Now this is the story of Christmas, the story of the birth of Jesus. The time had come for Mary to give birth to Jesus. Let me tell you, people, time is a curious thing. It can't be stopped like a clock, Reverend Drake said. "You right, Reverend," one church member called out. "Time keeps right on moving, and I'm here to tell you the time for freedom has come for thousands of our people. These freed men are waiting right now in Washington, D.C. and other cities, and they need our help. Stay with me now," Reverend Drake preached. "Think with me, because I'm here to tell you this morning, freedom ain't free." A church member shouted back, "You preachin' the truth." Addy scooted over closer to Mama and laid her head on Mama's shoulder. Mama put her arm around Addy and rocked gently on the pew. Addy liked coming to church. Anyone who wanted to could take part in the service, and if you felt like answering the Reverend, you could. If you felt like crying or laughing or clapping to the music the choir sang, you could. Reverend Drake continued, "Some of you already know what I'm talking about because there was a time when you came to freedom and you found out what freedom was about. It wasn't free. You needed food to eat, clothes to wear, a place to stay." "Amen," Mama replied. And there he is preaching. "I'm here to tell you people, time ain't going to stop for those thousands of freed men who need our help. As I speak to you, babies are being born and children are hungry, and mothers and fathers have no place to lay their heads at night. They need our help now, today," Reverend Drake said, his voice getting louder. Addy looked up at Mama and saw tears running down her face. Addy gave Mama a little hug. "As we enter the season of Advent, the time of preparing for Christmas, let God work through you. When the collection boxes are passed this morning, remember to put in a little extra for our Freed Men's Fund. These people are your cousins, your brothers and sisters, your mothers and fathers," Reverend Drake said, pounding on the pulpit. "It might mean you have to sacrifice. If you can't give of your money, give of your time. Next Saturday, a group of freedmen are coming in at the pier. Come help us welcome them to freedom. I close by saying, freedom can be a lonely walk through the wilderness and dark, but you can make a difference between a lonely night and one filled with light and hope." On the way home from church, Mama and Addy walked hand in hand, humming "This Little Light of Mine." Even though it was cold out, Addy felt a warm glow inside. "I've been thinking about what Reverend Drake said this morning," said Mama slowly. "He made me remember how it was for you and me when we first came to Philadelphia. We had nothing. The church helped us when we needed it. Now we done save more than $1.50. The freedmen need our help right now. They need our savings more than we do. We can get along without a lamp, but they can't get along without help. What do you think?" At first, Addy did not say anything. It was true. She and Mama could get along without the lamp. They had saved so hard for it. A lamp would help her see better when she did her homework. It would help Mama when she had to sew late at night. Addy could imagine how nice it'd be to have a lamp when Sam and Papa and Esther returned, when their family was at last together again. She could picture their faces glowing in the bright light as they gathered around the dinner table. But then she remembered how scared and lonely she and Mama had been when they first came to Philadelphia. Now the church had helped them find work, a place to live, and friends. "I think we should give our money to the church," Addy said. "Other people helped us. The money might even help Sam or Papa or Esther come to us." "Even if it don't," replied Mama, "it's going to help somebody. That's what's important." She squeezed Addy's hand. "We'll give the church our money next Sunday." With a pang of guilt, Addy remembered the 10 cents she had knotted up in her kerchief. Should she give that to help the freedmen too? No, thought Addy, I can't give that money away. It's for Mama's Christmas surprise. Addie decided to keep the money. She was determined to buy the scarf and show Mama how much she loved her. She would find another way to help the freedmen. Mama, she asked, can I go to the pier next Saturday to help out with the freedmen? I think that'd be fine, Addie, said Mama, just so you finish all of Mrs. Ford's deliveries. I will, Mama, Addie promised. All right, so what do you think Addie should do with her money? Do you think she should give it to the freedmen to help them or save it for Mama's scarf? I think that's a very tough choice for a little girl to make. So I will see you next time for Chapter 4, The Cost of Freedom. Bye.